What's up?
I mean, I threw a bunch of things at you. Did anything really catch your mind?
Well, tomorrow is elections, and I know that the Democrats have been in power for
In
a
power,
while
you
now.
make it sound like it's a dynasty or it's like the royal
They
family.
they would like for it to be.
Oh, I'm sure.
They talk about the other people like they're not part of. They talk about Republicans that like they're not part of the United States.
Well, okay. Do we want to share our political beliefs or do we not want to share our political beliefs?
I don't care.
You don't care?
Yeah,
So where do you see yourself now? Because I remember like when we first met, like, okay, first of all, I was born and raised in a town. If you want to call it like say that. I feel like this whole political party thing, it's like they're religions almost, you know?
yeah.
Like there's a set of beliefs that just because we subscribe to this title, Democrat, we have to buy into it. And whatever this group comes up with, like we have to stick with it even if we don't like it. Or even if it doesn't feel right, we're just like, well, I know but the other side is bad, so this is the good one, we have to pick it. You know what I mean? And that's how I've always felt growing up, because like I was, born and raised in a Democratic family. So that's who we always have been, even if, also being a Muslim family, some things that we're supposed to vote on as Democrats, my dad will sit there and tell us, like,
Vote blue the whole way.
yeah, vote blue the whole way, but we believe this. And it's so confusing because some things clash and whatever. But I noticed, I believe when we met, you were also Democrat, I think.
Yeah,
So,
I've been progressive. I believe that the Democratic Party represents progressiveness. But the older I've gotten, I think I can see through the smoke screen. There are two sides of the same coin. There's a movement to use politics to define the national discourse. But just like a lot of things in this country, it's gone to extreme where it's almost like football teams, or a basketball team. Like say for instance, I'm a Laker fan or you're a Dallas Maverick fan. It should not be that way. It should
or like religions,
or like religions, right?
Hindus versus Muslims or Christians, it's like us versus them.
It should. And if you ask me what political affiliation that I think that I'm more of I belong to the party of bright ideas.
What does that mean?
If there was a party called Bright Ideas, that's the one I'll vote for because it we have to go beyond the individual. These popularism. It's like we're voting for celebrities. No, I don't care about the individual. I care about the ideas, the policies. Who has smart ideas? Who's solving our problems? Every election cycle where we keep talking about the same thing, whether it's Roe versus Wade or it's immigration or healthcare reform or there's these hot button issues and every cycle they start talking about it and then they stop.
Isn't it like they bring up the exact same ones every single time? I think like you just said, the Roe versus Wade one, the whatever. Like there's like five or six like ones that every single time there's like we're gonna switch presidents or whatever, the debates are filled with those, and
Yes.
the commercials we see on TV, they always go, they use those topics always. And they'll be like, this guy believes this. This is what they want to do. Let's not let them do that. This is America. We have to take a stand or something. Like, I'm on your side because we want this to happen.
it's like you remember that Nacho Libre movie? No, it wasn't Nacho Libre. It was Napoleon Dynamite movie where it's like vote Pedro. It's so
And he was
juvenile.
like, all your dreams will come true. Basically, he's like, okay, just tell the people what they want.
Tell them what they want.
Just tell the people what they want to hear. And he's like, What else? What could be better than all your dreams coming true? What? Politicians may as well just say that.
That's
because
what they
it's
do.
not like anything, they're doing anything
That's
about
what,
it.
That's what exactly. It's not like they're doing anything about it. So they
Yeah.
every election cycle they sell us a dream, and we're all buying into it, and it's hope and change. You're like, and I shed tears, and I'm feel nice and warm inside. All I need to do is vote this one guy, and all my dreams will come
We're
true.
gonna be saved. They're gonna save us.
And then 4 years later, you're like, damn, I feel screwed. This guy lied to me. All of them are doing the same thing. How about we all sit together? And then there's this idea that, okay, that I started to hear recently where, well, it's not the federal election doesn't really matter. Those general elections don't really pay to, because you have the electoral college, so your votes don't really count. Focus on locals. Yeah, also with the locals, there's a lot of corruption involved, a lot of quid pro quo and nepotism, and so it's kind of, you start to wonder, the average folks, does our voice really matter? How much of these ideas are authentic to us? You know, when you think about, I would like I would like a candidate who's pro-life to be elected. Then it doesn't matter. Who cares? If you want to be pro-life, then be pro-life. If somebody else doesn't want to be pro-life, they have a right to do that. Why do we have this polarity all the time?
We always think that our views are correct. The other people are wrong. And then why do we need the country to enforce what we think?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just be like, guys, look, here are the basic stuff that you can't do, but other than that, worry about yourself.
Right. These are the guardrails. Don't go past these guardrails. Other than that, you do what makes you happy.
Yeah, or something like that. Is there a way to find that to allow the people to have a lot more freedom?
A compromise.
Yeah, because honestly, I feel like there's so much bureaucracy, and then the voting doesn't matter, and then even when you vote for the guy that you wanted, they don't do what they say they're gonna do, and then, and just overall, there's just so many policies, and then there are so many policies that we don't even, that it's like they're in place, right? And I guess everyone just completely forgot about them. And then sometimes they spring up, and you're just like, how is that against the law? Well, they made this in the 50s.
I know, no one ever deleted it.
No one deleted it, and we all just forgot about it. So clearly people are out here breaking the law, and then just, someone might get caught and then get fined one day or get in trouble because of
I think that the country's spelling its doom when all it does is make more laws. We're basically putting chains around ourselves the more laws we create.
Yeah.
Especially when we claim to be a free society with free this, free speech, free liberties, the Bill of Rights. But then you start to wonder, how free really are you? Especially when your speech is not necessarily free.
Clearly there must be fine print somewhere, because it doesn't really seem like we're that free.
No.
And there's just so much red tape everywhere. We can't really even, it's really hard to even just live your life on a daily basis without running into something that you could get in trouble for, or that you just can't do, or maybe you have to go through a really long process to make something happen, when it's like, why can't you just give me the thing and I give you the money?
And here's the frustrations that I have. When you have some of these agencies that are considered consumer protection agencies, right? You're supposed to go complain to this agency when you feel like some corporation has screwed you over. And you complain to that agency and nothing happens.
They always take the corporation side.
Right.
I did that a couple times. I think it was
Remember the PayPal one?
Yes. That's what I was about to mention. That
I never got over that one. It's so frustrating.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
By the way, if you're doing business with PayPal, good luck.
Like, just be very, very careful. And my biggest thing to say, like, if you are doing business using PayPal, please do not hold money in PayPal. Because if you do anything to make them mad, or if anything just triggers the algorithm, I guess, to do what, like, they have policies in place where, I mean, you're not even dealing with people anymore.
Yeah.
It's the machine. It's the AI. It's the algorithm that, like, something triggers it, and then it'll put a hold on your money. And, I mean, you could have a ton of money from your business stuck in PayPal.
You can call the president. You ain't getting that.
You're not getting it back.
Until when they're ready.
Yeah. And they'll say that it's on hold for 180 days. Yeah. That's what happened to us. And it really, really was on hold for 180 days. And we tried everything we could think of to get through to them and just give us our money. You can shut our account down. You can penalize us. We'll even pay you a fine if you need that. But give us our money, because we had a lot of money. It was like $20K.
Yeah, it was
just sitting in.
Money.
It was a significant amount of money that we actually really needed for business.
Right. Yeah, but that's by the side. So you find that some of these agencies that are supposed to protect the average Joe does not do that.
Oh, yeah, because we wrote a letter to the Attorney General.
Yeah, and they told us, the Attorney General responded and said, well, sorry, we can't do anything.
And then we wrote a letter to some other politicians. Everyone was like, nope, sorry, PayPal has their rules. Clearly, I guess you broke their rules.
So when this
is what you get.
Right. So when these politicians come and they campaign and they talk about their constituents, I think that they're speaking about corporations, because something happened along the way. I don't know what year, at some point, where corporations have more power than the regular people. And so when it's voting time and everyone's talking about voting, it's trending. I can't stop getting these text messages from candidates from political parties.
Did you get the one from what's his face? John Legend?
That was the corniest one ever.
That was so funny. I got a text and it was like, "Hi, this is John Legend," and I, endorse whatever, and because they do this. But that was crazy. Like, they're doing that now.
Yeah. So just because John Legend, so I have to do whatever John Legend does. I'm an idiot. Like what?
Well, if John Legend's voting for him,
it must be good. That tells you how really they think of us. They don't.
It's amazing how he actually texted me, John Legend.
They think of people as incapable of critical thinking. We need the government to make decisions for us or choices for us. And that's false. It's more like a popularity. It's so juvenile. It feels juvenile. It's like a popularity contest. So what I would say, it's hard not to build this apathy towards politics, but politics runs everything that we do. If you live in this country, you kind of have to pay attention to it.
You will always be butting heads with policies. Because you live here.
You live here.
Anything you do, kind of.
These laws apply to you, so you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to the local elections. So choose wisely. Pay attention to the candidates. I don't really care too much about their character, because I don't know if any one of them have good character.
Right.
And people are inherently, there's that duality where everyone's capable of evil. So even if they tell you all those sweet nothings during the campaign, when they get to office, that's when we find out what's going to happen, what's going to really happen. And then a lot of times they don't even have power to enact the type of change that they speak about.
Right. Or they're just weak. They're weak people that fall for the corporations and what they, whatever they dangle in front of them, and they choose that over the people.
Over the people, right. So what it comes down to is just make a smart call and just vote and hope for the best. Oh, okay. So here's my real. What I really think that people should do is take your life into your hands. Uh, Work hard, get rich, and make yourself anti-fragile.
You like fully sustainable?
Yeah,
Like,
anti anti-fragile means that you maybe live in a farm and you can feed yourself. You know where your food comes from. You know where your health care comes from. Like
so
these,
make it so that you're in a position where the government has like the least amount of effect that they can have on you.
exactly.
Because you know they still are somewhat the boss of you.
Oh no, you're not. You're never immune.
You're
to it.
you're not fully immune. You can't be completely free, but you can be a little bit
You,
out of it.
you can reduce the percentage. And I
Right.
think that's the goal. Once you get to that point, then it doesn't matter what games they're playing up there. Just live your life. We're not here very long to even waste time arguing about it. It's a reality show. It's not real. It's not. A lot of it is constructed. So when you spend half your energy focused on arguing back and forth, which leader is the better leader? Stupid. Use your time to serve people. Use your time to better the environment or to serve God, or take care of your family.
Yeah.
Procreate and make more of us.
We don't have enough.
For real, we need more people.
Really.
I really think that we need more people.
Huh.
Well, you have to be pro-life if you believe we need more people. You don't think we need more people in this world?
I think we're okay for now. Like, I think we're in a good place. Whoa. Look at that.
What you're afraid is like these nuts that are all over the floor.
Oh.
Fig nuts or whatever they call them.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I mean, I just think that, yeah, I think we're in a place where we have choices. Like, we don't have, like, we have a lot of people. So, I mean, if there are a few people out there who don't necessarily want to, it's cool. We're not counting on you. And then all those people who want to have a bunch of kids, like, that's also fine too. I think we're in a good place. I mean, we're not like in a good place, but like in some ways we're in a good place.
you mean the world?
The world's wise. I mean, has there of all the different times, like eras since you know civilization started, I guess.
Mhm.
Isn't this probably one of the best times so far? So far, it's not the best. But
Yeah,
it's gotta be one of the
optimistically,
good
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
This is the best time to live. If you were to look back over the decades, we're living in one of the best times
Yeah.
because technology has improved.
Technology has improved, and we have a lot of people, and we have a lot of, you know, where a lot of people are comfortable, a lot of people are not comfortable. But um, I think we just have more comforts, I guess, than we've ever had before. And there's so many options.
Modern
now.
medicine is allowing us to live longer.
Yeah, I think we've come to a place where people can start having options or choices,
Okay.
and where of how to live your life,
Okay.
your lifestyle and whatnot. Whereas back in the old days, it was like you had like two choices. You know what I mean? Your options were very slim. I mean, if you're a girl, you got like two things. If you're a guy, you got like one or two things. So your options are very small because the world is actually counting on you to like make more children and then just to to be a mom or to provide for the children so that they can go and make more children and we can all just like survive.
I think that's a myopic view because statistically looking at when you look at the birth rate in the Asian world, it's dwindling, especially Southeast Asia, China, Japan. Their population is aging, and they don't have enough children to replace the ones there. So
Okay.
I know Africa.
Please tell me that's not true.
I know that would be crazy. That's still recording. Right. I know in Africa they've been busy making babies. I'm happy about that. India is doing the same thing, but
Yeah.
at least we can count on those populations to feel to
They will
repopulate
always
the world.
continue. They will keep going.
But
Have more kids.
I don't think that there's scarcity in food production. What really the problem is that we're not using our technology to make more.
I think we're not
food.
using our resources properly.
Right, we're using it to build weapons to fight each other.
To build weapons, yeah, and we're also using the wrong resources too. I mean, we have such amazing, abundant resources on this planet, but we're choosing to use things that are scarce and awful.
Yeah, like fossil fuels.
Right?
When you have
When
clean energy,
we have clean
abundant
energy,
solar energy.
we have so many ways to grow more food, and like there are so many different ways we can grow food. We figured out like hydroponics and other stuff. So even if we had a shortage of land, we can even start growing up.
I don't even think it's necessary. I think we could spread out. The problem is that we're clustered in certain metropolitan areas or certain cities, but there's so much land that's not populated that if people were given the right technology and resources, they can move out and go farm, and feed themselves and produce. So, yeah, I don't know, and I think that we're gonna get there. It's gonna take time. Might not even be during our lifetime.
Well, it might get there a lot faster because if we lean into this everyone works online thing. I mean, I know like a lot of corporations are getting mad now. They're like, yeah, you gotta come back to the office. Yeah. But no, but if we do accept that and then people do get to spread out, then we can create more smaller communities everywhere and we can be more natural. Because the reason why we have to congregate in these cities and just overpopulate and just squish ourselves to fit is because that's where the opportunity is. That's where it always has been since the industrial era started in the 1800s. Like that's just how it has been. That's like the only way you can make decent money is you got to go to the big city. That's where the opportunity is. Yes. But if we can utilize the internet, we can go anywhere. Right. And we can still make enough money.
The internet has matured. We also have a lot of, we're now capable of earning a living online.
Yeah.
We need to now empower people to be able to survive wherever they are and basically decentralize agriculture, decentralize living. There's this, someone raised the idea of a network state. It was Balaji. Remember that interview with Lex Friedman? Where he spoke about creating a network state, a country that starts off online, and then we raise funds, maybe through like a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, raise funds and then purchase land all over the world. So regardless of your geographical location, you can belong to a network state where you earn a living and you can use cryptography to access that resources and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that ideas like that, they're innovative. They're probably going to become real, but it's down the road.
And I think the reason why it's down the road is because of politics.
Yes.
So
yes, that's why I don't know if I have time for the fight. I don't think.
See, that's the problem. No one has time for the fight because they have to survive, and they're also stressed out. Like everyone's like, "Well, with my free time, I don't want to fight. I'm gonna lay down and eat fruit and make a YouTube video or watch TV." Like I don't I want to enjoy some, what free time I have and recover before I have to go back to, slavery the next day.
This is why I said spend
So-
more time becoming rich,
I agree.
becoming financially independent. Rescale that, I think becoming rich or financially independent gives you a bit more edge or gives you more freedom. Freedom of time, freedom of space. You can get up and go to a different place and still do fine. Well, it used to be, there used to be a time when American citizenship was so exclusive and it was so like on brand. It was like the thing that you wanted, right? Compared to anywhere else. And once you had that blue passport, you just knew that the whole world respected you. That may be, but I think that that's slowly starting to chip away. Where not that America still doesn't have that global authority, other countries are starting to catch up. Like you can go to Singapore and live a very, very comfortable life. You can go to Dubai. We've been having that conversation recently. And there's so many other places along across the world that you can go and live a pretty comfortable life. So I caution against wasting your life arguing politics in one geographical location, especially if it doesn't fit your philosophy.
Can I ask you a question? Okay, so we're in this war right now. How do you think it's gonna look like having a blue passport after the fact? In the aftermath?
I think that
in the rest of the world, because like we do want to leave, and we're still gonna hold on to our American citizenship. So, what do you think we have to look forward to?
No, I don't think that we're going to. You're talking about the European war, right? The war.
Yeah, the war that's going on right now.
No. The American passport still has its
authority. We're still gonna be like.
Oh yeah. This is still the place. Now, what we have to be more worried about.
This is still the place. We're still in.
We're still in.
It's not gonna.
Yeah, no, we're still in. Now, post
So I feel like the
war. What I'm more concerned about or worried about is this idea that wherever you go, you're still taxed. That's the part that I don't like. But as far as whether you're going to start being disrespected, no, I don't think that's going to happen. Besides, and that's also why you want to have multiple citizenships. Mm-hmm. Wherever we go, we should be looking to become a citizen there as well and have multiple passports and be a global citizen. Instead of just allowing one nation state to have complete control over you, I think that we should fly, spread our wings and check out other places. Go live with other people, learn their culture, and grow as an individual and expand. Yeah, I think the brand is still going to be there. It's going to dwindle. I think it's going to be like, especially if we lose our position, the dollar loses its position as reserve currency.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing the movement with Brazil, with the BRICS movement, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. There's other countries. I think at some point it's like 16 countries are trying to join the group. So when these groups come together and they change, maybe even come up with a currency and change the global reserve currency, you're going to see a significant shift in power. It's going to be like the relationship that we have with Mexico, for instance, where between like U.S. versus Mexico, you clearly see that power difference, right?
Right.
I think that there's probably.
Wait, are we going to be the New Mexicans?
We might be.
Are we going to be there? We are?
We might be. Americans are going to be viewed globally in a negative light. Well, in a much more reduced position.
So basically, it's going to look like the fall of a huge empire.
Yes.
And now we're just going to be like, you guys.
Has-beens.
Has-beens. We're not cool anymore.
We used to be cool back in the day.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they're gonna disrespect you or kick you out. It's just, yeah, those guys.
Nothing special. We can't just like flash the blue passport.
Their arrogance is gonna. But
Yeah.
I also have. I also believe in the power, in the ability of this collection of people. Because let's not forget that America is it's a unique story. It's not like one group of people. There's like different immigrants from different backgrounds here. And when you have an eclectic group like that, I think we can figure out a way to chart a different course. Look at some smart minds like Elon, like Lex Friedman, or like these people are charting a different course, and they're here with us. So I don't think that we're gonna lose that power completely per se, especially if we stay innovative and keep innovating. What's gonna happen is like this crop of politicians that are in power, these incumbents, they're gonna die off. And then you're gonna have a new crop of young minds that are gonna step into power and chart a different path for the country. That's what's gonna happen.
I feel like it's crazy that we have to like. You always talk about we have to wait till everyone dies off. That's the only way we move forward.
Yeah, because sadly, old people don't change; they just die. So if we're sitting around waiting for the Pelosi's and the Chuck Schumers and the what's the other the ones on the conservative side? There's one with the big cheek and wears his round glasses.
Well, I think it's
McConnell, Mitch McConnell. If we're waiting for those guys to change, that's not gonna happen.
Well, if the whole if our system worked the way it should have, then they shouldn't actually be in office. We should have been able to vote in new.
Yes. There should be age limits.
New power.
There should be age limit. Absolutely.
Term limits.
Age limit. There's no reason why it's. Look at our
you're
president.
right.
The
Absolutely.
dude is dying in office. The dude is literally dying. Look, and it's kind of sad. I think it's actually abusive because as a nurse, I take care of old people in nursing homes, and I know
people
what it's,
that are his age,
that can't even change
younger
their diapers, right? And we have one leading this freaking country, and we're facing nuclear war. It's insane. So, and he thinks he knows what he's doing. So when we talk about politics, I just look at the whole scenario, and I go, nah, that's not where I want to spend my energy. I want to spend my energy creating a path to freedom for ourselves. Create a business, get it profitable, so that way I can buy multiple citizenships and I can fly wherever I want.
Create our own life.
Yeah.
This thing is a lost cause.
That's a better plan. It's like the Titanic, or let's say, for instance, like a sinking ship, right? If a ship is sinking, if you're one of the people in the belly of the ship, if you ain't got no power, if you're not the captain, ain't that much you can do. You can stay there and yell and vote and tell the captain.
There's anything anyone can do. You all just have to get up and leave. And if it's the Titanic, they didn't even have enough votes for everyone to leave. So yeah, you do have to be a rich person.
You see? I think that analogy works perfectly. With the Titanic, the people who actually made it out alive were the rich ones.
Yeah.
So?
It's not the captain. The captain was like, I go down with the ship.
Yeah, because they're not going to change.
Yeah.
So,
and then, the masses died off.
Yeah. So the point is, get your money up so you can make it out. Or if you don't make it out, at least you have voice. Money is voice. So if you don't have money,
yeah, but the kind of money you need for a voice is a lot. Like, I don't know.
Not necessarily. You can have millions, and then you can contribute to the campaign of one of your guys. And they can slip in, they can write in some of the laws that you want into place. That's what
you need billions.
You need millions to do that. You only need like $25,000 to donate to. But no, there's a cap on election
Really?
campaign donations. Yeah,
25.
I don't know. I forgot the number, but you can't. There's workarounds. I'm sure there's
That
ways to
sounds
get.
super low. Like 2 years ago, we could have been like, all right, I want 25 on that bill, 25 on that bill. Like, we could have been one of those people.
Well, to begin with, I think it's crazy that you use money to influence policy. That shouldn't even be happening.
It shouldn't. It's not right. But, I mean, if that's how it works.
So the point is, yeah, you can go vote, go participate. Not. I encourage it. Civic involvement is good, but don't hang your hope on it. Spend your time getting your money up, and getting your family anti-fragile. That's really the goal.
That makes sense.
That's it. Got anything else?
Um, I guess that's it, Politics, man. It's just like. Politics.
That's the part.